out of these, I almost forgot how old I was. Out of these 42 years that I've been on Earth, where the Earth is flat or it's round, out of my 42 years, when I was deep in my addiction and just randomly spoke to many different people, it's been told to me that it's okay to use as long as you do it in moderation. Just don't go crazy with it. But if you're anything like me, that is impossible. I can't use everything in moderation. For me, if you're anything like me, it's best to avoid all substances. I tried smoking weed like late 2000s, before 2010. I used to be one of the biggest potheads out there. Nowadays, weed is not the same. It seems like from just smelling it, from just seeing people high, it seems like it's just on the next level. I have no problem with weed. It's just I can't see myself picking it up again. But this video is not about weed. If you smoke, hell yeah, dude, have fun with it. Just use it in moderation, right? No, man, like if it's working for you and you're able to accomplish everything you want out of life, then go for it. Why not? It's fun. It feels good. You know what I'm talking about if you smoke, right? But using things in moderation is a pretty good approach, when it comes to eating, drinking, working, socializing. If you're the type that can handle your alcohol socially, then that's awesome. I wish I was like that. Personally, I love beer. I love beer, especially when I'm eating certain meals. Certain beers go good with certain meals. Not necessarily beer, but if you're anything like me, when I have to have a Mexican food or Chinese food, I like a nice Pepsi or Coke with it. If I'm eating a burger or some wings, a nice brewski always goes good. That's just my experience. I can't use alcohol in moderation because if I drink, I'm already thinking about the next beer. That's how I knew my drinking started to get worse, started to affect me. When I would go out to a restaurant, to a bar, to watch some boxing, watch some UFC, I always loved to drink. Eat some wings, drink, and just keep drinking. I always got the tall glasses of beer. As soon as I got about halfway there, I'd make sure I could see my server. That way I could get their attention. I take big gulps of that stuff. I take quite a few chugs at once. 1, 2, 3, 4 big chugs. Next thing you know, I got that much left. I'm already thinking about the next beer. I'm already thinking about, I have probably about 2 hours here to watch this fight. And I could probably get maybe about 4 to 6 of those tall glasses of beer. I can't drink in moderation, but people out there can. People out there are disciplined. People don't have the addicted gene like I do. I know people do, but the normies, the regular people, they could do that. They could have 1, 2, 3 beers and just be cool. Same with eating. As long as you're monitoring that, you're good. Working, try not to overwork. But sometimes you have to feed the family, put the food on the table, right? Socializing, going out, hanging out with the friends, the family. As long as that's not interfering with your day-to-day duties, then go for it. When it comes to tobacco, to the drugs, there's always going to be harmful effects that could come from that. So common sense would say use it in moderation. Don't be using every day. Me, I smoke. I didn't smoke till I got to rehab. I was in a full-on withdrawal. This was a 10-day rehab. Super weird place. 10-day rehab. If you were there as a client and you didn't have cigarettes, tobacco on you, they had a big can of tobacco. Everybody that wanted to smoke could smoke. You could have cigarettes brought to the rehab. But if you didn't have anything, like I didn't at the time, they would roll you some cigarettes and give it to you. And for me, I was really dope sick. Anything's got to feel better than the way I feel right now. As you know, the only thing that could fix dope sickness is more dope. To get back to the subject, drugs, tobacco, all of those have harmful side effects. You know, it's best to avoid all of that entirely. Gambling, violence, unethical behavior, they have negative consequences. If you're out there gambling, like constantly, your full check is going to the next hand, to the slot machines, you might have an issue on your hands. For some people, they get so caught up in that situation. Whatever they're getting out of that action is overriding any common sense. Caffeine, that's a huge one. Honestly, I drink maybe 2 to 3 energy drinks a day. And that's only because the methadone I've mentioned before in other videos, just makes me tired, makes me sleepy. In some videos I look more tired than others. I mean, that's from the methadone. You know, I wake up early, try and bust my butt during the day. In the evening or afternoon, when I have the day off from my part-time job, I like kicking back, laying down, watching some YouTube, watching some Netflix. I got my dogs with me. That is my element. I need the rest. But when it comes to resting, moderation, everything, it's always good to look at your actions. See what part you're playing in those situations. If you're out there drinking, if you're at the bars, you're already thinking about your next beer. Think about that. Just think about it. So, if you guys think everything is okay in moderation, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Also, if you're liking these videos, just hit that like button. Smash it. Gently caress it. Whatever you do, like it. Dislike it. Let me know why. I like the feedback. I've been getting some real good feedback. I received my first constructive criticism yesterday, and I love that. I'm always striving to be better. YouTube is not my main job. I'm not even getting paid from it. But I am here to hopefully inspire, motivate, and just talk to you guys. I want to be someone that you guys could talk to. Thanks for listening.